Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing our series of videos with respect to inspiration, information, education, guidance, advice, and I made mention in a previous video with respect to Reb Moshe Lieb's wife, the Rebbetzin, the Rebbe of Sasso's wife, the Rebbetzin of Sasso, scolding a person for doing something, for saying something improper, saying that God was cruel. And I'm reminded of a conversation I had last summer with a very perceptive young lady. And this very perceptive young lady came to me with a problem. She had a couple of friends, who were doing something improper. And her temptation was to scold them and yell at them and tell them not to do this, and why are you acting like this? You're behaving badly. But she was mindful of the fact that it's probably not the best way to go about it. So she came to me and said, when I wish to correct someone who's I see as being improper, doing something improper, what pattern should I use? And what patterns and methods should I avoid? And I could think of no better lesson than that was given by the Vilna Gaon many, many years ago. And I want to read it because I want to get it exactly right. There are two basic approaches that are possible to take when you see someone doing something wrong. One is to speak harshly to the person and tell him that he is doing wrong. But this approach does not tell people how they should behave and how they can correct what they did wrong. This is like stabbing someone with a sword. It's not a healing approach. The approach of the wise is to show people how they can correct what they did wrong. This is a healing approach, and the only words that are said are those conducive to healing. And it was Rabbi Zelig Pliskin who said that these statements by the Vilna Gaon should be reviewed at least 101 times. Parents, educators, friends, anyone who feels the need to suggest that someone change in some way, they have a crucial need to master this approach. It's important to remember. Tell it to others. This same very perceptive young lady was very perceptive enough to see others rebuking, scolding, yelling at others for things they're doing wrong. And she realized that in some cases, in too many cases, the person doing the scolding seemed to be getting a certain amount of pleasure out of it. Rebuking someone should not be a source of pleasure. You're not supposed to get off on yelling at someone and saying that they're wrong. It's something you do regretfully, you do remorsefully. You just you do it because they have to. You're trying to warn someone. You're trying to prevent lifnei ivra, a stumbling block for the blind. You do it out of love. And if you do it out of love, a love of a fellow man, a Havas Yisrael, a love of a Jew, a love of another person, you do it because you have to. Not because you want to, and not because, chas v'sholom, God forbid, you derive any pleasure from it. Listen to the wise words of the Vilna Gaon and how properly to rebuke someone, how properly to correct someone. You don't humiliate them, you don't insult them, you don't make them feel bad, you give them a reason and a methodology to improve themselves. And you're helping someone take a step up, and that's a great thing. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back. Please watch, please learn, and until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.